of Life. We spoke earlier about the child safe ID kits.
That's right.
Cool. Is Mary here?
Yeah, she is. Come inside.
Okay. You want me to take off your shoes?
No, you're fine like that.
So they do have me using my laptop for some quality control and to speed up the time.
Okay.
Do you mind if we post up at the kitchen table by an outlet?
Sure. Okay, your table's over here. Have a seat.
And they do have me running around like crazy, so if it's okay with you, I'll go ahead and give you the quick version.
Sure. Quicker the better.
Alright. How's your day going?
Good. So far, so good. Just got out of work.
Yeah? What do you do?
I work for the city of Austin, working with the plumbing. The buildings are kind of old, so they have me going and fixing a lot of them.
How do you like that?
Yeah, it pays the bills. You know, kind of.
Can't complain about that, right?
Yeah, work is work.
Yeah. Puts food on the table, all that good stuff.
Definitely.
How long have you been in the area and how long have you worked there?
I've been for 3 years. We moved here 3 years ago, Mary and I. So I've been with, well, going on 3 years with the city, and yeah, just living out here in Austin.
Do you have a lot of family in the area other than just Mary and you guys?
I've got my brother and sister out here, and everybody else is back home.
And where's home at?
That's South Texas, about 6 hours south of here.
Oh, wow. It's a drive.
Yeah, it's a little drive, but we like it. The city's nice. Austin's a beautiful place to live.
Yeah, I'm from the East Coast, so it's crazy that I can drive 6 hours and be in a different state. And in
Really?
Texas,
Yeah.
drive 6 hours and be in the same state.
You enjoy living here?
Yeah, I do. It's hot, but it's
Yeah.
fine. Can I grab a quick date of birth for you?
For sure. It's May the 18th of 1977.
Okay, cool. So let me go ahead and tell you why I'm here. First thing I'm gonna do is give you the child safe ID kits and additional no-cost benefits, and then I'm gonna also go into other additional benefits that you might be entitled to if you qualify. My company, American Income, works with over 20,000 different unions, credit unions, and additional associations that handle the additional benefits. Because of their relationship with the International Police Department, or the International Union of Police Associations, you're entitled to the same benefits that people like police officers and firefighters have had access to for years. So I'm going to go ahead and just play you a quick video, introductory,
Okay.
give you a quick insight. So it is a two-part program. The first part is going to protect your child when something happens to them, and the second part of the program is going to protect them when something happens to you. So this is the first no-cost. This is the Child Safe ID kit.
Okay.
I'm sure you know families with children, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So this is the most comprehensive on the market. It's going to give the police what they need to issue an Amber Alert. And I do have one of these for each of your children. And I'm sure every time you turn on the TV, you hear about human trafficking and kidnapping, and child running away from home.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So when you want the families in your life to have access to one of these?
Yeah.
Yeah. So as the company endorsed by the International Union of Police, we are able to give these out to families that you know so that they also have access to.
Okay.
Who is the first family that we can get these out to?
I know some families. Well, I don't have. I mean, some of my coworkers have kids, but I know they're busy. I really don't want to bug them with.
Well, you mentioned your brother and your sister. Do they have kids?
My brother has a. Yeah, my brother has a son.
Yeah. What's your brother's name?
My brother's his name's John.
John. And what's a good phone number for him?
It's 512-867-3605.
And is he married?
Yeah, he's well, they're not married, but they like the common law.
Okay. What's her name?
Her name's Susan.
And are they in Austin?
Yeah, they're in South Austin.
Okay. And how many kids do they got?
They have a son, and then she has a daughter. So yeah, two.
And who's next?
And then I guess my sister as well. It wouldn't be fair. And I guess
play favorites, no?
yeah. And her name is Sasha. And the phone number for her is 512-867-3605.
And is she married?
No, she's not.
And she in Austin also?
Mm-hmm.
And how many kids?
And she has just one daughter.
And are they both kind of work normal hours, 8 to 5? So
Yeah, they both. He's a coach. She's a teacher.
okay, so evening would definitely be a good time to contact them.
Yeah, evening would be best.
And who's next?
I think that's it for right now.
Okay. All right, Joe. So the next no cost benefit I have for you is the health insurance discount card.
Okay.
You know, like your group benefits, they can go away. This is something that stays with you, and it gives 60% off things like eye care, hearing aids, chiropractic care, and medications.
Okay.
There is a telephone number right up here,
Mm-hmm.
and the website you can go to.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll leave this here, and you guys can check it out after I leave.
Okay.
The next no-cost benefit I have for you is the $2,000 accidental death and dismemberment.
Okay.
So Joe, for you, this is going to be a living benefit. So it's going to pay out $1,000 for the loss of a hand, 1 foot, or the sight in 1 eye.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to pay double that, or $2,000 for the loss of any 2.
Okay.
And then for you, Mary, this is going to be a death benefit. So if Joe were to pass away, you would get the $2,000. And I know that, $2,000 isn't all the money in the world, but you can definitely see how, that would help in the time of need.
Oh yeah, $2,000 will help.
Yeah. So Mary, if you could sign here acknowledging the benefits and that you are the beneficiary. And then Joe, if you could sign here acknowledging that Mary's the beneficiary and the benefits.
Okay.
And I do need 2 emergency contact numbers from you guys, just in case if you guys were to die together in a common accident. We do ask that they are over the age of 18, living outside the home. So who would be the first one?
I guess my mother, and her name's Deborah Smith, and her her phone number is 512-867-1115.
And is she in Austin?
Mm-hmm. Right now she's not, but she's moving up here.
Okay.
So she'll be up here in about 2 weeks.
2 weeks? Okay.
And then I guess my father as well. His name is Jim Smith, and his phone number is 512-685-3615.
And are they still married?
No, they're separated.
Okay. Does he live in Austin?
Yeah, well, he lives in Kyle.
Okay, cool. You guys all live 6 hours away, and now you're all kind of making your way to
Yeah,
Austin?
we're a close-knit family, so they kind of followed us up here.
Makes sense. Austin's pretty great.
Yeah.
So can you guys help me with something?
Sure.
Mary? So I do have 10 of these gift or certificates that you can sponsor a family. It's no cost to you. It's no cost to them. The only thing I'm asking is for an introduction, and best case, you've helped me out, and they have some insurance.
Okay.
Most people give these to their emergency contacts just because they are so close to them.
Mm-hmm.
But who would be 3 more that you would like to sponsor? And I already do have your brother and your sister on here. Is there anyone else that you can think of? Maybe coworkers or neighbors?
I don't speak to my neighbors, maybe my coworkers, but I don't want to bug them with. I don't know. I'm sure maybe they have some of this stuff taken care of already, and I don't want to bother them with.
Yeah, and I totally understand that. But I would want it to be something that they choose for themselves, and I do want to have the opportunity, to have them make that decision. Because you never know. $2,000 doesn't seem like a lot, but it can go a long way if need be.
Yeah, you have a point. I mean, I guess you could just see if they're interested.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, my coworker, his name's Randy.
You know his last name?
Yeah, Davis.
Okay.
And his phone number is 512-659-2605.
And does he work the same shift as you?
Yeah. So he's out by 4.
All right. And he lives in Austin?
He lives in, I think North Austin or Pflugerville.
Okay.
Somewhere. I know it's north though.
Okay. And who's next?
And then my, I guess another coworker, his name is Jesse. And his last name is Harris. And his phone number is 512-367-2618. And he's in East Austin.
And same shift as you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And who's next?
And I guess the shift leader for us, he's the only other one that I work with. His name is Peter. And his last name is Garcia. And his number is 512-867-4414.
He's kind of like your boss, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, he's our boss. So I know he has other shifts that he takes care of. Maybe he might help you out with some more.
Okay, cool. Do you know if he lives in Austin?
I think he lives in Buda.
Buda? Okay.
South, somewhere south.
Right. And who's next?
I think that's it.
That's it?
Mhm.
Okay, great. So I'm going to assign some homework for you guys. I'm sure it's been a while since you've had to do that.
Yeah.
But I would appreciate if you could just, reach out to the people that you've, given me
Mhm.
and just let them know that I'm going to be contacting them in the next
Okay.
couple days, just
Yeah.
so they're not surprised when I blow up their phone.
Yeah. All right. I'll let them know for sure.
All right, cool. All right. So the reason that it's so important, the reason that this is a two-part program, is because people are dealing with some serious gaps in their coverage.
Okay.
So, and that's why they've personally sent me out here to go over this with you. One of the first concerns is going to be the funeral and final expense.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how much a funeral costs these days?
No, I mean 5,000.
No, I wish. It's
Yeah.
close to 14 grand.
Oh wow, it's expensive.
Yeah, and funeral homes normally want that money like right
Yeah.
now. They don't have much compassion for what the family's going through.
True.
Second concern is paycheck loss. When a member of the family dies, that's a burden on the rest of the family, just suffering that loss of paycheck.
Yeah.
The next concern is the mortgage.
Mm-hmm.
People want to have a roof over their head. That's pretty important for families,
Mm-hmm.
especially when what ends with young kids and
Mhm.
wives and all that.
Yes.
The next concern is your children's protection.
Mhm.
So the benefits provided through your job are normally, temporary. If you quit, they're gone.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And that can put, your kids at risk for, future.
Mm-hmm.
And an unexpected death could also jeopardize their future education.
Mm-hmm.
The next concern is copays, deductibles, and lost wages. If health insurance pays up to a certain extent, and sometimes, things are just more than you expect, and sometimes health insurance doesn't necessarily cover those burdens on the family.
True.
The next one is losses in pension and retirement accounts. Unexpected, termination of employment can kind of stop those things from accumulating. And especially if, you're young and all of a sudden, you were laid off or worst case scenario, got fired,
Mm-hmm.
all those things that you're working the building just stops.
Yeah.
The next concern is terminal illness, especially cancer. Unfortunately, cancer is a part of life. Most, 1 in 2 men have a chance of getting cancer in their lifetime, and 1 in 3 women have a chance.
That's high.
And like science and medication is progressing greatly, and a lot of people are surviving cancer.
Mm-hmm.
But on the back end, it is such a financial burden on their family. They're suffering, and that's killing them.
True.
The final concern is affordability. Guys, we sit down with some people making $7 an hour and some people making $47 an hour. We sit down with people working tons of overtime, and some are laid off. The point is that they want this to be affordable for everyone. So, Joe, let's say you go into work tomorrow,
Mhm.
and your boss comes up to you and he says, "Hey, Joe, times are a little tough right now, so instead of paying you for 40 hours, they're going to let you and your coworkers go an hour early on Friday, so they're just going to be paid, $39,
Mm-hmm.
or 39 hours, excuse me. With that 1 hour difference, so you and Mary are going to go out and, cancel dentist appointments,
No.
cancel the cable.
No.
Exactly. On the flip side, if you go into work tomorrow and your boss comes up to you and he says, "Hey, Joe, guess what? Business is booming. We're doing really well for ourselves. So instead of just paying you 40 hours, we're going to pay you 41 hours.
Wow.
So you're gonna have that extra hour coming in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with that extra hour, you and Mary are gonna go out and buy matching Ferraris.
No, I wish. Was that for an hour?
Yeah. You're gonna start a construction on your dream home, maybe
No.
a vacation home somewhere.
No.
No, exactly. So it's not that much of a difference on the lifestyle. Um, okay. I'm just gonna get this submitted real quick.
Mhm.
Bear with me, my computer's thinking hard.
Yeah. Yeah, computers nowadays have a mind of their own.
Mm-hmm. You would think that with technology being what it is, we wouldn't have these problems.
Yeah.
So the next part is the needs analysis. Just gonna plug in some questions, ask you some questions, and give you the answers. And it's only gonna make a recommendation for what you need.
Mm-hmm.
And if it doesn't see anything, it's not gonna recommend anything. And what
Okay.
it does recommend, I will go over that with you.
Okay.
So Mary, what is your date of birth?
July 4th, 1982. Sorry.
And then your first child.
December 14th of 2007. It's Ben.
Is it 07?
Mm-hmm.
And last but not least.
Abby. She was born July 4th, 2010.
2 July 4th birthdays.
Mm-hmm.
Did I get that right?
Yeah.
It's like Party City over there then, huh? At your
Yeah.
house?
Yeah. A lot of fireworks.
Might have to come see you guys.
Yeah.
So, first question, and this is just for your family. In the
Mhm.
past 2 years, has there been any internal cancer, like breast, colon, pancreatic, or uterine?
No.
Okay. Any insulin, diabetes?
No.
Cardiovascular disease, heart attack, stroke, peripheral vascular disease?
No.
Is anyone currently using oxygen?
No.
Any terminal illness?
No.
Alzheimer's?
Nope.
And then have you or Mary you used any form of tobacco in the past 12 months?
No. Oh, well, Mary does, I don't.
Okay. Either of you currently on probation or parole?
No.
Ever been arrested or convicted of a DUI?
No.
And what is your monthly take home, Jill?
It's about 800 a week, so it's like 3,200.
And Mary, how about you?
She stays home, takes care of the kids in the house. She doesn't have any income.
It's a full-time job in and of itself, right?
That's what she always tells me, but she doesn't know how hard I work.
True. Would you want to walk a mile in her shoes?
Maybe not.
Alright, and do you guys have any insurance outside of work?
Yeah, Mary has a $10,000 whole life policy when she was a child. Her parents got that for her. I don't have anything outside of work.
Wow, kudos to her parents.
Yeah.
How about life insurance through your work?
$20,000 they give us through work.
Oh, nice. And are you guys renting or owning?
We own
And what's the balance on the mortgage?
$120,000.
And about how many years left?
About 24.
Okay. And is there any insurance in place that would pay off your mortgage in the event of a death?
No, we've been talking about it, but no.
And do you have any savings for your children's future education?
No, at all.
And do you guys use checking or savings or both?
We have both.
Both.
Mm-hmm.
I do have a mandatory read-off letter.
Mm-hmm.
Rather than, read it word for word, I'm just kind of going to summarize it for you.
Okay.
So what it's saying is that, as I'm going through the recommendations with you and you're nodding your head thinking, wow, these are really great benefits, I can totally see, why they sent you out and why you're here to get this set up for me, I'm going to ask that you apply today while I'm here.
Okay.
On the flip side of that, if you're listening to my spiel about your recommendations and you're thinking, these are great benefits, but I don't really see a need for them right now for my family,
Mm-hmm.
then I'm actually going to ask you not to apply.
Okay.
They do this in fairness to everyone else that we're seeing in the enrollment period, and they do it this way because, these benefits have been approved by 20,000 unions, and they make it's an easy yes or no, and so they do want that today while I'm here.
Okay.
The next thing is I do have this officer report form. So no matter what you choose, I'm going to ask you to fill this out. It's kind of like my report card,
Okay.
just so they know that I'm doing my job correctly.
All right.
And I do want you guys to promise that, as I'm going, if you have any questions, you will stop me and ask them.
Yeah.
You guys agree?
Yes, we will. Do I just put like an F on it, or a C, or A, or B?
No, whatever you think I deserve. You know what they say in college, C's get degrees.
Hey,
But
that's true.
only there's an L for lecture. So just kind of just pooling everything for the recommendations. Do you have the kids in any sports or anything like that, extracurriculars?
Yeah, they're in soccer, and Abby does like cheerleading, gymnastics, sort of a thing. Stay busy.
Yeah, that's good. Math is not my strong suit, so bear with me while I plug in all the numbers.
Sure.
How long have you and Mary been together for?
About 15 years.
Wow. How did you
Yeah.
guys meet?
High school, we were high school sweethearts.
Aww.
Yeah. She was always chasing me around. No, it was the other way around.
I'm sure it was.
But yeah, just decided to stick it out together.
Well, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
And you have two beautiful kids.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we do.
So you guys have been together for 15 years. How long have you been married for?
For 7.
7? Oh, wow. Alright guys, so I'm going to go ahead and do an illustration.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's say we'll call this job A. It's your current job. You said you make $800 a week, about $3,200 a month.
Mm-hmm.
And let's say the second job, job B, you go in tomorrow, it's the same group benefits as job A, but all the additional benefits that you're going to get with this is going to take care of any concern. So the first concern has to do with funeral and final expenses, like we said over here. This is going to be their, your family, there's 100% chance that your family is going to need this.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and play a quick video for you. It's going to explain it. Okay. So this is through Freedom of Choice, and it's funded by Whole Life, so it's there if, it's there when, not if your family needs it. And, it's going to offer $15,000 for you and Mary.
Okay.
And, this is going to protect any savings that your family might have in place, like already established.
Okay.
And they don't have to spend it for a funeral. So at your current job, you don't have this.
Right.
The next concern is income protection. So, it's going to Mary, if something happens to Joe, you're going to miss him dearly. But after a few months or a few weeks, close to a couple months, you're not going to have that paycheck coming in. And, that's going to put a burden on the family, especially because, as of right now, you're a stay-at-home mom, so you're just kind of taking care of the home. So this is going to give you a total of $115,200. It's going to pay out $3,200 a month over 3 years to kind of replace that income. And this is going to be renewed, reviewed, and updated every 10 years.
Okay.
So at your current job, you don't have this.
Yeah.
And again, Mary, like we said, you're a stay-at-home mom, which is a job in and of itself. But, there's not a need for income protection for Mary. So it didn't generate any of that.
Okay.
And then the next concern is your mortgage.
Okay.
If something were to happen, you were to die, you're a young, healthy guy, it'd probably be due to an accident. So this is funded by an accidental death benefit, and it's going to pay out $120,000 to protect the home. At your current job, you don't have that.
Yes.
The next concern, like we said, is the children, Ben and Abby. This is going to get them a head start on their college education. It's going to give $40,000 to both of them for, a head start on their college.
Okay.
An additional benefit for the children is that it's going to give $10,000 to each child under the age of 18 in the home. So, both Abby and Ben, they're going to get this $10,000 life insurance. And when they turn 21, they can convert this to 5 times the amount, or $50,000 of permanent life insurance, not dependent on health. So, your kids, I'm sure Mary's happy with her parents having set that up for her, the $10,000. Your parent or your kid's going to thank you in the long run, because they'll already have this set up for them, and it'll be $50,000 if they convert it. And it's, not dependent on their health.
Okay.
The next concern, as we said, is co-pays, deductibles, and lost wages. This is going to cover you for any bump, bruise, or bee sting. So anytime you go into the hospital for the aforementioned, it's going to pay you $100. If you spend overnight, it's going to be $200. And then if for anything intensive care, it's going to be double that, or $400.
Okay.
If you're in the hospital, what are you not doing?
Working.
Okay, and if you're not working, what are you not making?
Money.
Okay, and the bills still come in?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So this is gonna, pay you money even though you're laying in bed, watching TV, eating pudding. So if you're in there for 5 days, that's 5 days of you not earning an income. And as I said, it's about $800 for you. So for that week that you're there, 5 days, it's gonna pay out $1,000.
Wow.
And that will just be an added benefit. And at your current job, you don't have this. And then also included in this is a $10,000 if you lose a hand, foot, or sight in one eye, and double that, or $20,000 for the loss of any tooth.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yep. And then the next thing is, accidental death. It's gonna, for both of you, it's gonna pay $20,000 to $100,000 depending on the type of accident. So, if you're riding in a car, on a plane, train, those are the variants of the accident. and they'll pay out immediately, depending on the type.
Wow.
At your current job, $0.
Right.
The next concern is the terminal illness, especially cancer like we talked about earlier. So this is going to be half your freedom of choice and half the income protection. So for you, Joe, this will be $65,100 that will pay out immediately for, if you were diagnosed with terminal illness, and that's going to help, cover the cost of hospitals and things like that, treatments. And then the remaining balance is going to be paid out to your family. So your, Mary and the kids still have that remaining balance to help them after you pass. Or
Okay.
and then Mary, the same thing with you. It's just going to be the half of the freedom of choice. 'Cause, again, stay-at-home mom.
Gotcha.
If only you could get millions of dollars for doing that.
Yeah.
So that's going to pay out $7,500.
Okay.
So with this, it's $37 a week, about an hour's pay, and it would be $763 for this. So what I just went over is the basic. It is suggesting that you move to a preferred, which is gonna, instead of the 15, the freedom of choice is gonna be 31,000 for both you, Joe, and Mary. And this just covers inflation, because right now the cost of the funeral is $15,000. In 20 years, it's going to go up, as will everything. So this will cover $31,000 to protect against the inflation.
Okay.
So if you do that, it's going to be the $43 a week.
Okay.
And American Income has an A+ financial rating.
Okay.
We've been around for over 70 years. Unlike your group benefits, which can go away, quit, things like that if you lose your job, these are going to be permanent and portable. And if you're on a qualified layoff, American Income is going to cover the costs for 3 months while you kind of have that time to get back on your feet, so you don't lose these.
Okay.
And if you're involved in a strike, with work, plumbers, I'm sure it's a union, right?
Right.
Yeah, so, things happen, they want more pay, they deserve more pay, working hard hours. So if they're involved in a union, or excuse me, if they're involved in a strike, it's going to cover the cost for 12 months while that's going on. Because they don't want you to lose these.
Okay.
So, if you get into work tomorrow, Joe, would you choose job A or job B?
Probably job B.
Job B? And why would you do that if you're making more money here?
Because I get all these benefits that my current job isn't giving to me.
Exactly. And that's what everyone says. They see how these are better. And it's the better option for your family and protecting them in the long run.
Okay.
Now, with the inflation, do you want to start off with a 37 a week? Or do you want to do a little bit more for your family? It's about a $5 difference. Or do the $43 a week to protect for the inflation for the $31,000?
Oh, it's a 43 a week. It's not a month.
Nope, it's a week. Yeah, both of these.
Okay. I mean, I like everything. It's just since Mary's not working and everything, I think right now we're gonna have to take some time to think about it because I'm the only one making money right now, so it's a little tough right now.
Yeah, and I do totally understand that. I would love to give you the time to think about it. I really would. It's a big decision. But once I put everything in the system and I submit it, unfortunately I can't come back. They, like I said earlier, they want to be able to give everyone an equal opportunity. So, I'm here today, and this is kind of a yes or no moment for you.
Okay.
What do you think is most important out of these things?
Well, I mean, I like everything. I like the income protection. I think it's all good. It's just, because of the 43, a week. It's just, if I had some overtime, I think I'd be able to cover it. but since I'm just working right now, I mean, Mary's thinking about getting a job, something to kind of help babysitting and stuff like that. Maybe when she does that, we'll have some more money coming through. But I just, I think we want to think about it just because, just because I'm not sure if that's going to really interfere with our other bills that we have.
Yep, and that makes sense. So the great thing about me being here today is that, I'm trying to work with you. I'm not trying to nickel and dime you. I'm not trying to stiff you. I want to make sure that this is comfortable for you and your family.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you think the $15,000, is that where you're comfortable for the freedom of choice for funeral and final expenses?
Yeah, the coverage is good. It's just the price. The 43 is just kind of a lot for us right now.
Okay, so what I can do is I can go ahead and change the income protection, and instead of it being there for 36 months, I can put it in for 12 months, and we can see what that does. And the reason that we can do this is because right now I'm just trying to get your foot in the door. Like, I just want to make sure that you are in the system, so that when things do change, maybe kids get older, Mary does get a job, and that is less of a stress for your family.
Mm-hmm.
I can come back, and you can call, and you have the ability to change.
Oh, we can increase it or decrease it, or?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought this is like a final sort of a plan for life type of a thing.
Nope. The only thing that is final would be the price. Like, that'd be a locked-in price until you and Mary decide to change
Get
it.
more or
Get more, get less.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I understand.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Do you still want me to see what it'd be with the 12 months income protection?
Yeah. I mean, no. Starting off with the basic one should be okay for us.
For $37 a week?
Yeah. And then later, we would want to kind of increase it, but as of right now, since money's kind of tight, the 37 should be okay.
Okay. So I do have some health questions. And I do have to read them verbatim.
Okay.
Um,
And what are they for? Or what do they do?
I'm not the underwriter,
Mm.
so health is a big proponent of insurance.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure.
Oh, they're health questions?
Yes.
Okay.
Health questions. So has any proposed insured ever been treated or advised to be treated for alcoholism or alcohol abuse, including membership in AA, or been advised by a physician to reduce alcohol consumption?
No.
No. Has any of the proposed insured ever used drugs not prescribed by a physician, such as cocaine, amphetamines, barbiturates, hallucinogens, tranquilizers, narcotics, or sedatives?
No.
Has any proposed insured ever had their driver's license suspended or revoked because of a moving violation, or been arrested, including arrest for driving while intoxicated or under the influence?
No.
Has any proposed insured flown within the last 2 years or injured or intend to fly in the future as other than a passenger or on a scheduled airline?
No.
It'd be nice, right, though?
Yeah.
Flying a plane. Has any proposed insured participated within the last 2 years or intend to participate in any of the following activities: auto, motorcycle, or boat racing, parachute jumping, skin, scuba, or skydiving?
No.
And has any proposed insured ever been advised to take tests and not done so, or not received their results, been diagnosed as having or received treatment for high blood pressure, chest pain, heart attack, stroke, or any heart, blood, or circulatory disorder?
No.
Has any proposed insured ever had or been treated for any of the following conditions: diabetes or other endocrine disorder,
No.
paralysis, epilepsy, mental disease or disorder, or any other nervous system or brain disorder?
No.
Has any proposed insured ever had arthritis or any injury to or trouble with your back, knees, or any other joints?
No.
To the best of your knowledge and belief, do you have any physical impairments or departure from good health?
No.
Has any proposed insured ever been advised to take tests and not done so, or not received their results, been diagnosed as having or received treatment for cancer, tumor, or unexplained masses?
No.
And has any proposed insured ever been rejected for life or medical hospital insurance rated or failed to receive a policy as applied for?
No.
Has any proposed injured in the last, has any proposed insured in the last 5 years had a physical examination?
Yes.
Had any medical treatment?
No.
Been hospitalized?
No.
Is any proposed insured currently a resident in a nursing home or ever been diagnosed as having a terminal illness, including Alzheimer's?
No.
Has any proposed insured ever had or been treated for any of the following conditions? Asthma, emphysema, sleep apnea, or other respiratory disorder?
No.
Ulcer, colitis, or other digestive tract disorder?
No.
Cirrhosis, hepatitis, or other liver disorder, or any blood disorder, or received a bone marrow transplant?
No.
Kidney, prostate, urinary bladder, or other genitourinary disorder?
No.
Disease of the breast, uterus, or ovaries?
No.
Rheumatoid arthritis, or any other musculoskeletal disorder?
No.
Loss of hearing or loss of sight?
No.
Acquired immune deficiency syndrome, AIDS-related complex, or AIDS-related conditions?
No.
Has any proposed insured ever tested positive for antibodies to the AIDS/HIV virus?
No.
And does any proposed insured smoke cigarettes or use tobacco in any other form?
Just Mary.
Just Mary, okay. And has any proposed insured used marijuana in the past year?
No.
No. So I'm not the underwriter, but you know it does look good to me. I do have Q&R checklist. It's just gonna go over the next step of the process for you guys. So this program is set up on a once-a-month computerized deduction through your banking system. Having it done this way gains you this discounted rate, and your program is going to be $148 per month. This can be handled anytime between the 8th and the 22nd.
And it's electronic drop kick? We can't send in payments or anything like that?
No, unfortunately it has to be a bank's checking your savings account.
Okay. And what date can we do it?
Between the 8th or the 22nd.
I guess the 8th is fine.
The 8th? Okay. Because this is a member-owned program and once it's issued it cannot be taken away by American Income or your employer, and there is an application process which we started with the health questions. Because there will be an oral specimen required along with an HIV consent form that ensures the results are sent to you at home privately in the case of a positive HIV result. In addition to checking for nicotine use, this quick specimen also tests for various health issues as well as drugs, both legal and illegal. The enrollment process takes anywhere from 2 to 8 weeks. If you are accepted, you will receive your policies and a congratulatory letter welcoming you to AIL. And if denied, you will receive today's deposit back, and you could write to the American Income and request why you were denied. Obviously, with these benefits, you are conditionally covered from the moment that I walk out your door. So the first bank draft happens immediately within 24 to 48 hours.
Okay.
Your first premium is going to be the $148 plus a $5 setup fee.
Okay.
So it's going to be a total of $153. And items we need to complete the application process are going to be your driver's license, your doctor's information, any meds taken, and a checkbook.
Okay.
The conditional receipt, the check should be written for the $153 and make the check out to AIL agent Boyd. If there is a health problem, the company will attempt to approve you anyway by adding a special risk premium. You'll be notified if this happens. And so the way that this works, you know, at some point in people's life they are uninsurable and they'll be denied for insurance.
Okay.
This can be, you know, due to health, age, or habits. So they have it set up to where it's approved standard, and this is because you have no health issues or minimal health issues.
Okay.
The second option is that, you know, you fall somewhere between the uninsurable and the no risk. And so it's kind of like a pendulum, you know, they call it special risk. So the closer you are to the uninsurable, you know, the more your premium will be and the more you'll pay. You know, it's kind of like car insurance. You know, you're not going to pay the same as someone who has a bunch of insurance or a bunch of tickets on their record, because
Sure.
you've proven that you're a safer driver than they are.
Yeah, get it.
And
Okay.
the third offer is the counter offer, and this is for people who they want to get in, they want to get them insured, and the premium could be a little bit more. So if anything does come back different than what we've discussed today, I will go ahead and give you a call and let you know.
Okay.
Would the few extra dollars that might be a month be a problem?
No, it shouldn't. A few more shouldn't be a problem.
You may receive one or more phone calls asking to review the questions I had asked. It is just like a survey when you purchase a new car. It should only take about 4 to 5 minutes, and they may ask you for a nurse to come out and ask you some medical questions and for either blood or urine specimen. This is at no cost to you, and it's going to be at your convenience. They may be requesting medical records from your doctor. If for some reason your doctor does not respond to our request, they may come back to you to call your doctor, speed up their release of your medical records.
Okay.
Because you have to sign that you are okay with us getting those.
Okay.
So Joe and Mary, like you, people take advantage of this because they see the many benefits this offers. Unfortunately, it's very rare, but it does happen where people cancel. It could be, a week later, a month later, or a year later, and then we end up seeing the same people in the next enrollment process about 2 to 3 years later, and they're upset because they're no further ahead than when they were. And sometimes because of their health or their age, they're not even qualify for insurance anymore.
Wow.
It's invested. The longer you are in the program, the more investment that it is. And it's not a short-term fix. It's a long-term solution. So if this $37 a month, or excuse me, $37 a week isn't comfortable for you right now, I do want that to be comfortable, and we can fix it while I'm here. Is this okay? $37 a week?
Yeah, it feels okay.
Okay, great. So Joe and Mary, keep this in place, and the next time I see you guys, you're gonna be really happy that you did.